Okay, so today Andrew and I we hiked the Nariz, the Indio hike. This is the nose of the Indian hike in San Juan slash Santa Cruz, one of the towns. So a lot of people have posted blogs online about the Bandito or the Bandit robbery slash security situation up on this trail. So I wanted to make a video to explain my personal experience on this hike. We're still technically on the hike. We're just at a viewpoint right now. But Andrew and I, we stayed in San Pedro, which is a town next to San Juan. In the morning, we walked 30 minutes to San Juan, to the entrance of the park. At the entrance, we paid 30 quetzals each, and we got a ticket. I'll show you the ticket. So the official government of San Juan issued us these two pieces of paper. So it's got the price on it, and with this ticket it gave us access to a lookout point maybe 10 minutes into the hike, and it's a very beautiful lookout point. There's a person who stamped it on the back and the front, so we thought we were good. And then we continued the hike, and the hike was beautiful. We went pretty much to almost to the top. I would say 95% into the hike. There we encountered a gentleman around the age of like 25 to 30. He looked like a normal, regular local Guatemalan guy. He had a machete on his pelvis, but that's pretty normal if you ever traveled around Guatemala, because people are always cutting, plants or crops or trees here. So the guy asked each of us, Andrew and I, for 50 quetzals each, which is like $7 each. So knowing that we already paid 30 at the bottom to San Juan, we didn't want to pay him another 50. So we were able to negotiate it down to 20 quetzals each. Basically, we just said that if 20 is not enough, then we will go down. And the guy was like, fine, you can go. And the reason he gave for charging us money is that all the hike below where he was sitting was property of San Juan, which is the money we already paid to the government here. And from his point onward, it's the the other town. So he charged us the money to go to the next town, which fine. I read that online and I accepted that, so we paid the money for that. And once we get to the very top, which is another maybe like 2 minutes of hiking, it's right next to the top. We get there, and then there's an older gentleman, also with a machete, and he asked us for more money. Andrew and I, we don't speak Spanish, so we try to explain that we already paid another guy like a few meters down the trail. He didn't understand what we were saying, or maybe he just didn't care what we were trying to say. He went to grab his machete, he's waving it, and he looked pretty scary, threatening. So we kind of, started going down the trail. And I guess we weren't walking fast enough down the trail, so he went and picked up a rock and he tried to throw it at us. And like the rock just went right over our heads. So at that point we just, gunned it down down the trail. And as we were walking down the trail, we noticed that the place where we got charged by the other guy, that guy was no longer sitting there. He pretty much was like hid himself in the bushes or somewhere down the trail that we don't know. So I think this is definitely something pre-planned. Even though the guy told us that there will be no more charging at the top, obviously he lied. I'm sure those two people worked together. So if you're gonna do this hike, I think the takeaway is that it is a very safe hike. The Bandito, the Bandit, is not what you imagine. This is not like in the wild where the guerrillas or force are coming out to like rob you of your life and your possessions. Like I have my GoPro right here, I have my fanny pack right here. So like the guys didn't care about taking my possessions. All he wanted was to charge some money. So I think this hike is definitely worth it. The view is incredible. You should totally do the hike. Just know that you're gonna pay in San Juan, you're gonna pay up here to the second guy, and if you want to stay at the top, you're gonna pay for the third guy. So today, in our experience, if you wanted to stay at the top, you had to pay 3 people. Now that situation could change. Maybe there will be more people on the trail, and maybe they'll try to charge you 4 times, 5 times. all of that is possible. But I think the key point is that the hike itself is safe as long as you're willing to pay some money. Again, we didn't do this with a tour. I think if you did it with a tour, they would take you on another hike. I think it's like a 45-minute hike where you first take a bus to the mountain. But we started all the way from the bottom, San Juan. So this was our experience from this side of the mountain. If you go from the other side, maybe the Bandito situation is different. I heard they still try to charge you. If you go with a tour guide, maybe somehow they pay each other. But this hike is doable. It is safe. You don't have to be scared. You should come just as long as you bring some cash and try to pay them. And look at this view, so beautiful.
Okay, go.
So where I'm currently standing is actually a free place. This is probably, I would say, like 30% into the hike. You get to this hut with an amazing view. So if you just want a good view, just come up here. There's no Bandito here. They're all up there close to the top. So just get here. You can enjoy the view, read your book, have your picnic. This is totally safe, no more fees. You just have to pay your 30 quetzals at the bottom to San Juan government, and you can come up here. So if you're still hesitant about the Bandito situation up on the top, you can come here and it'll be all good.